Hi everybody. I just wanted to show you the darning stitch on the 790 and many other Berninas. I want to sew, so we have this hole. Yep, I would toss these away, but I think my son really likes them. So what I did is I picked a piece of fabric that blends with it, happens to be grunge, doesn't have to totally match. And then I have a thread color that's close. I think I will put on my 3A foot. I have my 1D, but I'm going to go with my 3A. So for the, it will tell me that 3A is one of the choices of feet right there, and it does keep it nice and flat and steady. So I'm going to put my 3A in. I'm going to select it. Okay. And then I'm going to go on the 790, I'm going to go to number 22. Oh, and Dublin just came in. Hi, Dublin. Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze these pants onto here. So I have my table off, and I'm using Bernina to have a nice open arm. So there's my hole. Let's see. I actually have directional sewing, so I can sew in different directions, but I think this is gonna be okay for this. And then I'm gonna tuck this piece of fabric underneath. You can even give it a little bit of glue if you want to keep it in place, but I think we're going to be fine. Okay, so what I do here is my fabric's under there, so it's just like a coating. And I'm going to start. Okay. And then I'm going to sew down as far to the end of the hole, which is about there, and I'm sewing it at an angle. Actually, I'm going to go like this. Okay. Now, if I was sewing denim, I'd make sure I have a denim needle on, but I'm not, so it's just cotton. Okay, so there we go. And it's on record, and as soon as I start sewing, you'll notice this indicator comes up. It's white with a little kind of hook arrow, and that means that when I get to the end here where I want it to go backwards, I'm going to hit my quick reverse button here, and then that sets the length. So as I go down, there I am. I'm going to hit my quick reverse, and now it'll go back as far as it needs to go, and then with the darning stitch, it just moves over like not even a millimeter and just keeps going over and over. And I'm not feeding it. I don't like I just hold it in place. I don't, I never push it or pull it because Berninas have really great feed, and I don't want to work against that. And it has it in mind what it's going to do, so I need to let it do its job. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut my thread. And that's what it looks like so far. I'll bring it closer, but because the hole's really big, I'm going to keep going. So I keep going the same length. I just got my fabric under there. Okay, so I'm not going to change the length. I'm just going to slightly move it over so we start there. And all it does is start there and then move across again. So I can keep doing this until the whole hole's a really big hole, isn't it? I'm just going to make sure that piece of fabric is straight under there. I actually did a duffel bag. I was telling a couple of ladies that's leading to me in my class today, their sewing machine, that I did a duffel bag. It's never going to rip in that place again. Sorry, my fabric underneath is getting a little bunched up there. So I just want to make sure it's flat. Okay, back we go. Okay, let's finish that section. I'm going to move it over and do another section. There's my piece of fabric still there. Like watching paint dry. Actually, I don't know on normal sewing why anyone would do this. But let me go to setting, light. I'm just going to turn it off because I wonder if you can see that better. So my light's off. I don't know if that helps. The glare from the sewing machine can stop you from seeing. My light is so bright. So see how that, it's just going back and forth and it moves over just ever so slightly. Does that help with the light off? I hope. Okay, let's see. I got a little bit more. I'm going to have to go that far, actually. It's such a great stitch. I mean, we don't want people to know that we can do this. We just want them to think that all we do on this machine is quilt, but that's not true. Okay, I'm just going to go back into settings and turn my light back on. Okay. Now I cut my thread. Let's see how this looks. Yep, the hardest part is getting the jeans out of there. Okay, so that is what it looks like. No hole. It's pretty good actually, eh? So, and then on the inside where I put that piece of fabric, I can just trim that off what I didn't need. And that's what it looks like in there. Yeah, so I'll just trim that down so it's not cut. And I like to use cotton on the back because when stabilizers can get really stiff. So this will really soften up with one wash too, all the little edges here. But there. So that trim, that's what it looks like. And then that's on the inside and it's on the crotch, but yeah, you won't really see that. And yeah, you'll be able to wear it. I might just sew that a little bit too. Okay, so that's the darning stitch. And on the 790, it's 22. And there's also one that does a zigzag first and then goes over and does a darning, and the 3/8 foot works like a charm. Okay, thanks everybody.